You guys have no idea how long I've been wanting to tell you what I'm about to tell you. But I mean, the title kind of already gave it away, so I'll just tell you. I opened the film channel, finally. Actually, I've been working day and night to tell you this, not only because I opened the channel, but because I also already published my first film on the channel, and it's called Starting Small, which is a little bit ironic considering that I'm actually starting small with a brand new channel. But the film isn't really about me. It's one of the proudest things I've done, not just as a filmmaker, but predominantly as a person, because essentially it's a movie that I made with my best friend. We went out and we filmed ourselves doing kind of an act of kindness, specifically towards homeless people. But the actual meaning of the video, I feel, is something that is kind of uncommon these days, especially in the day and age that we live in, where things are so fast-paced and comparative, and unless you're doing something, then people tend to consider you to be worthless. So yeah, the film is up and running in my channel, and the link is in the description if you want to go ahead and subscribe. I really invite everybody to at least check it out, the film, and see for yourself if that is a place that you want to subscribe to. So yeah, now that we got the announcement out of the way, let's talk about it a little more in depth, because there's just so much that I've been wanting to say, but I've just been keeping to myself because, I just really wanted to come out with this and surprise everybody, because I don't know, I'm kind of into surprises these days. And just because I'm more about walking rather than talking these days. I'm not huge on teasing all the time, and because at least for me it just leads to unwanted expectations, not only from others but from myself as well. And sometimes projects don't always pan out the way that I want to. Excuse me, correction. Projects never pan out the way they're supposed to. But that's kind of the magic of it. So, back to the video. Or even come out. But anyways, let's talk about the juicy stuff, starting with this channel, because if you haven't noticed, this channel is actually also undergoing quite a transition as well, because, well, let's start with the name. It's no longer called just Lao, because, well, you're gonna notice that I moved basically the entire theme that I had going in this channel to my film channel, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But first I just want to talk about the changes that will be happening on this channel, because this channel's been in kind of a limbo for the last couple of years, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It helped me grow a lot in a lot of ways, but essentially this channel is now officially going to be my personal gaming channel. I am no longer going to be uploading that many creative videos onto here because, well, I kinda just want to revert it fully back to what it used to be, and that is why I changed the username to Lao Plays. I didn't want to revert completely back to the old days and go back to even my old username as well, xgamergx. I know, nostalgia, right? I wanted to kind of simplify it, but also get a bit of a more modern take on, where the channel is today, but also where I am today, because as much as we all love xgamergx, I've definitely moved on from it. I've definitely graduated from it. And also, I just feel like it's a bit outdated. xgamergx sounds like a username. It sounds like a PSN username from like 2010, because that's what it kind of essentially was. So I definitely wanted something more modern and simple, and Lao Plays just kind of goes straight to the point and also stays within that Lao brand. So now when you look at all three of my channels, you're gonna see Lao, Lao Plays, and Lao Riley's Chill Gaming. And honestly, I kind of love that coherence. In this channel, I'm just gonna continue uploading my game videos, and I'm gonna finish my Let's Plays and whatnot, and I'm even thinking about dabbling in streaming because I do have the resources that I need, or at least I know what I need now to do that. However, I'm gonna be simplifying a little bit when it comes to the editing in this channel, and I'm gonna be reverting back to how I used to edit, when I did walkthroughs and stuff like that. Simply because as much as I love how, the really well edited gaming videos look, which is what I've been doing this past year, I don't quite enjoy the editing process of making those videos because I've never been a huge fan of editing game videos. That's why I used to love making the walkthrough videos, because those videos were like 3 to 5 minutes long each one, so it wasn't really a hassle to edit them. But when you're talking about let's plays, which are like 20 plus minute long videos, sometimes hour long videos, sitting down for a couple days to edit just one game video, it's just not something that I love to do. And the reason why it takes me so long is because I take the time to make them more entertaining, cut them up a lot and cut out all the boring parts, or even the parts that don't need to be cut out, but I cut them out because I get nitpicky like that. And like I said, the videos look really well, but I end up feeling kind of mentally exhausted from editing a video that I didn't even want to edit that much. So that is why I want to simplify, and I want to go back to kind of leaving my videos in a more of a raw state, obviously cutting out the really long, boring parts where I don't talk or something. But other than that, just keeping it simple and organic. That is actually also why I was thinking about streaming, because not only do I want this to be my personal gaming channel, but I want to transition this from being, a serious channel to more of a laid-back channel. Okay, let me explain that. So instead of focusing on making this channel be the main thing and kind of seriously pursuing things on this channel, I want this channel to be a place where I, chillax, just kind of hang out with you guys, play some games, and not much else other than that. But from a creative standpoint, I don't really want it to be a huge deal. And streaming is a pretty smart way to do that, because you just sit in your desk, you click a few buttons, and boom, you're live streaming, and you just play your video game, and then you're done. Click out, and YouTube just kind of renders it out for you and uploads it on your channel. So that is definitely something that I have been brainstorming and even considering, because I've always kind of stayed away from live streaming a little bit. But in any case, it might just be what this channel might need, not just for the sake of keeping it alive, but also making it that place that that I want, essentially, to relax. So that is basically the idea that this channel is transitioning into. I am very curious what it's going to turn into, because I definitely feel like this channel deserves to have a proper label after so many years of back and forths and confusing, vague, niche style videos and stuff like that. And that way, it gives my audience the opportunity to fully decide, what kind of entertainment they want from me. Do they want games, or do they want to see my creative stuff? Which is, I feel, something that I haven't really given my audience much of a option. So, with all of that said, let's jump into the film channel. So like I said before, I basically migrated, the whole theme that this channel had into the film channel, because that was always my film theme. I just kept it in my channel because I didn't know what to do. And I will go through the whole story of how that came about, but let's start with the name. Lau is always, well, not only is it my nickname and who I am as a person, I feel, but it was always the username that I felt was best fitting for me as a creative person, as a filmmaker on YouTube. Somebody just slammed the door real hard. I always knew that, whatever channel I poured my heart and soul into and made basically the most important channel would be titled Lau, or, would be called Lau, because I feel like it's just such a basic representation of not only who I am as a person, but just who I am mentally and internally and just creatively, and my soul, everything, okay? It's everything. It's the best 3-letter word that I can use to describe who I am. oh my god, there they go again. So that really wasn't the hard part, deciding, what would be my film channel's username. I always knew it would be Lau. If anything, it was harder to come up for one, for this channel. So you can see my banner and my profile picture are the same because, again, those are always meant for my film stuff and my creative side of myself. And to be honest, I'm very glad that I can finally migrate those to the place where they belong, because I always felt like it was kind of awkward, that I was uploading all these Star Wars gameplay videos, but then the theme of my channel was like, me sitting like this, looking up, all sophisticated, with a bunch of like books behind me and stuff. It didn't scream gaming, it screamed aesthetic and creativity, and the same with my profile picture. It just wasn't, it didn't click. It wasn't, it was like looking for a feather in a hardware store. But anyways, as for the content that I'm going to be uploading on the film channel, simply put, I kind of want to do whatever I want to do. I don't really want to limit myself to a specific kind of content, which I feel is what I did originally in my other film videos, because I would look at other filmmakers on YouTube and I would see what they were making and what was trendy, and I kind of fell into this loop of trying to mimic what other people, what styles other people were doing, and make them my own in a way. But I realized eventually that I didn't really want to follow trends, but rather I kind of want to be a trendsetter. And if anything, I think that's what I originally was on YouTube, but I kind of lost sight of that when I got involved in, trying to become something that I don't feel I ever was, creatively speaking, at least. And that's fine. A lot of people kind of fall into that path, and it eventually leads you where you really truly need to go. And I feel like it has led me where I truly need to be, which is here. Because I've gotten to a point where I don't really care. I just want to do what I want to do. And whether it's trendy or not, I'm gonna do it. Because I want to do what makes me happy. Some of my ideas are, maybe nobody has done anything like it before, and there's nobody looking for those kinds of videos. But that's not, my intention is not to please, people around the world. My intention is to make things that I feel I would want to watch, or things that I feel are in my head and won't get out, and I need to creatively express them in order to fulfill, those ideas that I have. Overall, I want to enjoy the journey, because I think that's the biggest difference between who I am today and who I was 5 years ago at 18 years old. I used to be extremely focused on the outcome and the success and all that sort of thing. And, those things are always going to be exciting. I'm a human being. But it's more important to me these days for me to enjoy the journey and the process of making something, because if I am not enjoying that, then what the heck is the point to all of this? You know what I mean? And I've found that as long as I enjoy the journey, I'm okay with whichever outcome I get. Because regardless of, if I ever succeed at this or if I don't, I'm still gonna do it anyways, because it's still going to make me happy. And you know what? It took me 5 years to get here, and I'm pretty glad it did, because I don't think that I was ready to open this film channel 5 years ago. Even though it's just opening a channel and it's kind of not really a big deal, I was really attached to this channel 5 years ago, because I had worked so hard at this channel, and mind you, I never had a boom. I never got overnight success at all. If anything, it was completely the opposite of that. My growth was extremely slow. And because it was so slow, the bigger the channel got, the more protective I became of it. And the more the channel started to run me. And the more it started to dictate my decisions as a creative and as a YouTuber. And so the idea of opening a brand new channel back then was just, it seemed like it was stupid, because I had just worked so hard for so many years, and I had maybe 10,000 subscribers at the time. How could I ever give all of that up? And so that is why, instead of opening a film channel 5 years ago, I decided to convert my already well-established gaming channel into something that it wasn't, with, into a film channel. And although I had my successes, I had my videos that did work and that people did love, it never fully quite transitioned, because in order for me to have completely done, that whole transition, I needed to either delete all of my videos or unlist them, or else it just wasn't gonna work out, because all of the traffic that was coming into the channel was gamer traffic, because all of my viral videos were gaming videos. And I didn't want to delete my old videos in order to move on, because still to this day, I'm extremely proud of all of the videos that I've ever done. And especially the ones that I did in my teens, making videos for this channel in my early teens is some of the best memories that I have from my life so far. It is extremely nostalgic to me. I would never want to take that away from myself or from you, because I know how much a lot of my videos mean to so many people. And so that's why I fought it so hard for so many years. I really, really fought to try and make my audience and new audience members move on from the gaming realm of my channel and more into my new creative stuff. But understandably, it didn't work. But now, looking back, I'm glad it didn't work. Because even if it did, and it could have, I don't think I wanted it to. Because if it did, and maybe let's say one of my films took off, or my film in general, it would have just been so confusing to new audience members coming in, from a creative standpoint, and just being like, wait, what's all this gaming content doing here? This is confusing. Or if, the gaming took off, my films would have just been overshadowed. And so when I think about it that way now, it's just like, no way. I don't want either of those outcomes to happen. And so obviously, the best option to avoid either of those outcomes that I didn't want was to open a new channel. But the fear of doing that was so great that for years I just became comfortable. And so that is why for 5 years I didn't do anything. But that changes today. It's been 5 years, I've grown up, and I don't really care anymore. I don't care about starting from scratch, because I kind of already have. This channel has gotten very far, but I feel like I'm not as attached to it as I used to be. I'm okay with, surrendering at trying to make it into something that it never really was. And I'm also okay with starting with a brand new channel. I mean, I've already done it with my second game channel with Riley, and it's been a lot of fun. If anything, I feel like starting a new channel is exactly what I need, because there's just certain creative freedom that I don't get in this channel anymore, because I could do it, but I feel like this channel just has so much history and so much that has already well established what it's about, that I don't want to keep getting in the way of that with other kinds of content. I want to just let it be what it always was intended to be, and let its original audience enjoy it for what it has always been, and let it continue growing in that essence. And instead, take my creative content and the stuff that truly means a lot to me to a place where it will have an audience that will truly appreciate it for what it is. And even new audience members that, check it out will always be people that are eager to watch that sort of content. It won't be a bunch of traffic coming from my viral game videos from when I was 15 years old, which I love those game videos and I love all the people finding me through all those videos. But when it comes to my creative projects that I pour my heart, soul, sweat, tears, blood, everything, I want to have an audience that is actively looking for just that. So with that said, I want to talk a little bit about what kind of content you can expect in the film channel. Again, I want this channel to kind of be a place where I just pour everything that goes through here, because let me tell you, I get a lot of ideas all the time, and not all of them turn into things, but when they do, it's not always the same. I don't have like a general subject in my head that I always want to do, or a general style or a general niche. It fluctuates. Some days I feel like making something profound and emotionally touching and, whether it be good or bad, anything. Just something that touches the soul of whoever watches it. And then a couple weeks later, I might be in the mood to make a spoof. I can't really tell you like, oh, I'm gonna be making videos about this and this and this and these subject matters about this relation to the thing. No, this channel is just gonna be a visual representation of what's going on in here. And here. And I think that the first film that I've uploaded, Starting Small, is a pretty good example to that statement, because it is a film that is emotional and profound and, provocative in terms of like subjects that are difficult to talk about and things like that. But that doesn't mean that that is all I'm gonna do and that is the only focus I'm gonna have creatively. I also want to dab in things like short films. I want to do comedy sketches. I want to do animation. I want to continue doing documentaries like I have before. I haven't even thought about making a feature film, but what I don't want to do is be hyper focused on special effects, because I feel like I have done my fair share of time in the VFX world and the special effects universe. And listen, those videos are very pretty and they turn out really good and they're very impressive visually, but they're kind of superficial. They don't have a lot of depth into them, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's fun to just make a video that's visually stunning. But that's not what I want to center myself around, because I think that is something that I did in the past, and I think when that's all you do, I think it fails to truly connect with people. When I did my hurricane documentary, I did not expect the kind of response that video got. It was insane, just how deep rooted the impact it had on people all around the world. It even just touched me. Like, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that something that I made got to so many people's hearts. And so with my new channel, I feel like that is a feeling that I want to continue to chase and evoke on others, because I definitely want to leave a handprint on this world with the stuff that I make. I don't want it to remain superficial and pretty and impressive. I want to go deeper than that. Other than, the creative projects that I'm going to be uploading to this channel, I'm also going to be doing some other, alternative content, laid back videos, behind the scenes stuff, maybe some reaction videos, just kind of in the realm of filmmaking. The only thing that I can tell you I'm not going to do is tutorials, because I feel like I don't really want to fall into that tutorial trap. And then again, I've done my fair share of, tutorials in the past, with all my walkthroughs and stuff. So I think that's another place that I feel like I've graduated from completely. And plus, there's literally thousands upon thousands of tutorials out there, so I don't feel like I need to be contributing to that. What there isn't enough of is the ideas that go through my head, because there's only one version of me. And while I'm alive in this world, I want to give away as much as myself, so that when there is no more of me, there'll be plenty of me left behind. Okay, I'm talking like I'm gonna die soon. I don't think I am, but I think that's another word for just wanting to leave my handprint in the world. So yeah, I think that just about sums up everything that I've been wanting to say for so long and just literally holding inside, just literally the words just wanting to burst out. And keeping a secret is no fun, but I guess surprising people always is worth it. So I want to thank you all for watching. Once again, the link is in the description to check out my new film channel. I really invite you to check it out, and I really hope you are all excited for this new journey. I am definitely extremely excited, to see where it goes, but above all, I am excited to just have fun and finally, express myself truly in the way that I want to, and not the way that I feel like I should do. So yeah, here's to a new step, a new beginning, and a new direction. I'll see you on the other side, aka my next video.